So I got a really dope artist, man. Those of you that's joining the live and everything, that's is like super excited about getting into it with him, man. He's all the way from Inglewood, California, man. Before I do that, though, gotta send love out to those of you, man, that always chime on in on the lives, listen to the radio show, man, on Fridays and Saturdays, right here outside of Chicago, man. Like you guys don't know what you do to encourage the artist, man. It's Fusion Radio, Brian Stinson, YTS Keys, man. And got the brother all the way from Inglewood,
Yes,
California, man, which we
sir.
definitely gonna get into that. Tajh Amir, man, welcome to Fusion Radio, fam.
What's going on, man? Pleasure to be here. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Recently, man, on Chicago 77.3 app and radio.net, search Chicago 773, man. We featured your music, man. Really dope single entitled East Side. Those of you that's on the live, man, we'll definitely get into that in a second, man. But I want you to go into, man, a little bit about where you're from. We were talking offline is sometimes when people don't know where Inglewood, California is, they're a little bit confused. So I want you to like go into Inglewood, California, the history. You know, there's a lot of notable artists and just
Oh
talented
yeah,
people that come from that area.
absolutely, man. Like I was telling you earlier, offline, man. Inglewood is it's its own city. You feel me? Majority of the time when people ask, where you from? Like in college, a lot of the time, like, but where you from? We from? I tell people Inglewood. They like, where? Like where's that at? I'm like LA. They're like, oh, okay, cool. You get me? People from Inglewood, we really pride ourselves on being from Inglewood. Like you from Inglewood, you're gonna say I'm from Inglewood. You get me? So yeah, man, it's a rich history, man. A lot of people have came out the city. It's a lot of new attention based on the fact that the Forum is hosting many great events. You got the Clippers that are scheduled to, start playing there regularly at the Intuit Dome at the top of 2024. Of course, the World Cup is there next year at SoFi in Inglewood. So it's just a lot of good energy and positivity going on in the city right now, man. So yeah, happy to be represented for the city for sure.
No doubt, man. Give me a little bit of a breakdown of man who you are as an artist.
I'm a lot in one. I rap, I sing, I produce from a certain standpoint. You feel me? As far as what I know, how music should sound, and so on and so forth. So, I like to think of myself as like being the perfect balance of that rap with that R&B, just in like one ball. And if you're looking for something that you could ride to with some good lyricism to it, but also sounds good vocally and melodically, it's just like go listen to Tajh Amir. You get me? So yeah, that's kind of how I see myself, man. That perfect balance in between the world that the worlds that we both love is being as far as rap and R&B. So yeah.
So the story behind your name, man, it's a really dope story, man. Tajh Amir, man, talk to me about that.
I mean, it's funny because I just was talking to moms about this the other day. Like, my name is, of course, everybody knows the Taj Mahal. Like, often, like, when I meet a stranger, I tell them TJ, just because I got to say my name 6, 7 times for somebody to be like, oh, like, Taj. So I just often now just tell them, like, Taj, like the Taj Mahal. And then we get into a whole story. Like, what does that mean? And even myself, I'm like, actually, like, it is, it's an Indian name and it means crown prince. You get me? Of course, people know the Taj Mahal as being crown palace, but, Taj Amir means crown prince. So if you ask mom, like, you had a method to that or something like that, she would tell you no. But, hey, the method was true because I am what I am. So, yeah.
Who are some of the artists, man, that inspired you to want to make music?
My all-time favorite rapper, I mean, I'm going to bats, every time it's Hov, Jay-Z, hands down. That's my guy right there. You can't tell me no wrong about Jay-Z. So I feel like listening to him coming up, and of course, many other artists as far as West Coast. I'm not like as far as I like this certain style of music. Mom's was very big on making sure that I knew, all many different styles, whether it was West Coast rap, East Coast rap, Southern rap, listening to rock, listening to country, listening to old school R&B. Like it got to the point that I couldn't even like know a new school song without knowing the sample. To this day, like she'll send me something like, tell me where this is sampled from, and if I get it wrong, she like, you not up on it, like you tripping, you get me? So you feel me? Just like just I can't necessarily say a favorite artist or somebody that inspired me because music as a whole kind of inspires me. It's so many different pieces that are taken from other genres of music to make what it is one thing. So, yeah.
Fusion Radio with Brian Stinson and YTS Keys, the homie, man, all the way from Inglewood, California, man.
Yes, sir.
Hip hop R&B artist, man, Tajh Amir, man, is in the building right now, man. So talk to me about the moment that you knew that you wanted to pursue music as a career.
Man, it's funny because it's something that I always wanted to do, right? But I feel like in music today, it's more so viewed as a hobby and not the art that it actually is. So I actually really refrain from, wanting to be like, let me put music out, let me, be this artist that I want to be, because I really love this and I have a real respect for it. And I don't want to be viewed as, oh, you rap like just like everybody else in LA and around the world these days. So it took me a minute to actually tell myself, like, nah, man, you got the talent, and yeah, it may take some time, but you do this for real. So, do it. But I want to stay around like 2019, 2020 is when I actually was like, let me really put my best foot forth and start putting myself out there as, being an artist. Music is, of course, been in my life, my entire life. I come from a musical background. Being my grandmother, she was a vocalist within the church. She has old records out on YouTube. My father as well, he's more on the instrument side as far as, just where the musical is. He's on a tour now playing the Congo drums for some band, as well as my mother. She, like I said earlier, she's big just in my teaching and music in general, and her voice is amazing in itself. So just always kind of been around it. It's something that's been in my life all my life, like I said. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. So man, this single, we played it on Chicago 773 app and radio.net, search Chicago 773 East Side, man. Give me the story behind East Side.
It's crazy because I recorded that in my bedroom. Like, it was like me and, my boy, we was I only work with one other engineer, so my boy Vince, shout out to him. But yeah, it was like, hey, let's link back up. You feel me? Like, let's get back to working. So it was like, cool, bet. And that's the first song we recorded in my room. It was just like, boom, it came out organic. I was like, I want something that the ladies gonna be able to, of course, ride to. Because I love the ladies. So the ladies gonna be able to ride to and kind of just vibe and do their thing. But also, for the people that want to hear somebody that can really rap, I got to be able to deliver a certain way that kind of makes it happen to both, to fulfill both angles. So that was kind of the aim with that. And it wasn't too difficult. It's something that we kind of, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to things like that. But yeah, man, we were just having fun and came out with a great record. So yeah, East Side. Shout out to East Side.
Let's check it out right now, man. It's my homie, man, Tajh Amir, man, all the way from Inglewood, California, man. His single, man, East Side, is in your ears right now. It's Fusion Radio, Brian Stinson, YTS Keys.
Hey, shawty. Hey, shawty. Hey, yeah. Shawty said she from the east side. It don't matter either way, that we slide. When I get it, know I gotta hit from east side. Oh, I dip it, I'ma take you on a deep ride. Tryna tell you how I do it, get your head right. Laying in the sheets, I make your bed right. I said that you would love it, I was dead right. You never had it how I give it for sure. When I get it, I'ma hit it, gotta get it some more. You like the way I drive it, buckle up for where I'm about to take it. Girl, you hotter than a sauna. You walk around and shaking when you get it from Lil Mama. I'm all up in your belly, making babies call me Papa. I'm trying to get you naked, gotta see you out pajamas. I gotta see the way you looking when I'm in it is cute. I got like 10 different angles, we can start with a cute. If you bring it to me whole, I'ma split it in two. You ain't never had it, we're gonna really do it, coming so fly. Take it from a Benz to a boat ride. Hit it in the middle, then I stroke it up on both sides. You screaming that I love you, but we doing it with no ties. Surprised I exist, you like it gentle for your mental. We can start with a kiss. Go tell your friends about this love and they gon' call it a trip. That other nigga shooting crazy, we gon' call it a miss. I can't believe you really made it. We can start with a sip. From the east side, it don't matter either way, that we slide. When I get it, know I gotta hit from east side. Oh, I dip it, I'ma take you on a deep ride. Tryna tell you how I do it, get your head right. Laying in the sheets, I make your bed right. I said that you would love it, I was dead right. You never had it how I give it for sure. When I get it, I'ma hit it, gotta get it some more.
So I got to say, man, it's got the same effect that it did on me when I heard the first time, man. True vibe music, man, puts you in a really nice space. Those of us that's in Chicago, they're suffering a little bit. The temperatures have dropped. That song has a nice, if you got an actual roof that you can let back, let the sun elements, let the weather come on in. Where you're at, it's warmer than it is here. It's just not keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
has a really nice vibe to it, man. It's Fusion Radio, Brian Stinson, YTS Keys, man. Tajh Amir, man, is here. And you just heard that single, man, East Side, man. So here in East Side, man, what's some other music or projects that you got out that we can tap into, man, and definitely vibe with you?
Absolutely, man. I dropped the EP at the end of 2022 titled Such a Casanova. So y'all can definitely check that out, streaming everywhere on Apple Music and Spotify and YouTube Music and whatever you use to stream music, check that out. As well as Eastside, streaming on every platform that you could possibly think of and find. I think I got something that I'm gonna let out the vault, just to end the year right and sum it all up. So just stay rocking with me. I got a lot of great things on the way, a lot of great things that are out now that everybody should check out, So yeah, just stay with me. We got something on the way, a lot to come. Absolutely.
So let's go back to the project that was released in 2022, man. Let's delve into that, man. Talk to us about, man, what we should know about that project, where it's available and everything.
Oh, absolutely. So like I said, it's titled Such a Casanova. And I think at that time, that project, I just kind of, I was going in the direction that I am now as far as Eastside. I was like, I kind of want to transition my sound into this direction. And I think that's what I was trying to go into with Such a Casanova. So if you like Eastside, you will like a lot of great records off of that. I think my favorite record off that EP is a song titled Make Sounds. It got like a good vibe to it. It's actually one of the last songs that I recorded for the EP. And I had took a song that I still kind of got in the vault and replaced it with that because I was like, it's a great vibe, And once I got that, I was like, this is definitely the direction that I think my listeners are going to love. And, I think I'll be really great going into. So
last night, you be saying, can you hit it from the back? So you got to order something if I call it up. Just that when I get it, I'ma kill it, I attack. Hoping you can take it when I do it diving deep. Know that I can lick it, make it water like a sea. I know just who you are, but tell me who you want to be. We'll slow it up just like a breakdown. Know I love it when you make sounds. You got that kind of loving, make a gangster quit a stugging. Oh, wait, I gotta hit you with some other shit. Know you like the tennis, I can get it for your other wrist. Probably blow it all just again if it's have another of this with you. I hope you're ready, we gon' see what you do. I called it one and said I'm coming at two. I'm rocking the booth, and since it's me, I'm rocking the truth. These other niggas, they just copy and poof. But let me talk it to you. Oh, you like it now? I got you on some other shit. You can never worry about another. But how you wanna do it? I'ma let you get another pick. Throw it, I'ma catch it. Now we scoring for another 6. Love it cause I got your bag right. No, you put it on me crazy, girl. It's mad tight. I seen you coming from afar, girl. I got mad sights. And can you let me in it, play with it? I probably gotta lay in it. I need it for sure. Last night, you be saying, can you hit it from the back? No, you gotta open something if I call it up. Just that when I get it, I'ma kill it, I attack. Hoping you can take it when I do it diving deep. Know that I can lick it, make it water like a sea. I know just who you are, but tell me who you wanna be. We'll slow it up just like a breakdown. Know I love it when you make sounds.
Yeah, that project was kind of just a stepping stone for what I've been able to record thus far or since that project. So check that out. Like I said, it's streaming everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, SoundCloud, whatever you use, check it out. Great project, great music.
So let's talk about some long-term goals that you have set for you and your music.
Absolutely, I mean, to be the best. I want to, of course, you never, a lot of people step into this and just step into like, I want to just get here and just get here. And I think that's just fear, just telling yourself like, I'll be all right if I could just reach this point of success, and me, that ain't it. If I could be the Drake of this, I'm going to be the Drake of this, so that's my goal at the end of the day, just to continue to grow. I think it's funny now because could be very, not vain, but like very confident at certain points. And I think even coming into this, putting my song out, I was like, yep, this gonna touch the world. You feel me? Off rip. I'm like, this gonna be the one, and it's my first song, but being able to grow and, having the path to look at it, like, okay, look at your first song and look, now as to what you're being able to record and being able to put out, it's like, okay, it's for real, night and day. It's Chicago and LA as far as what you said, so it's like, being able to really take a look at myself and be like, okay, yeah, man, you got something that's for real good. And if you continue to build on this, I'm telling where you could go. You could for real be the Drake of this. That's my that's my goal, man. So hopefully we having this conversation in the next 2 years or whatever God's timing is, and it's like, hey, man, we big time now.
It's Fusion Radio, Brian Stinson, YTS Keys, man. Got the homie Tajh Amir, man, in the building, man. So on
Yes,
your
sir.
bucket list of things, man, that you wanted to talk about, man, you sort of talked about it earlier, but I guess we can build more on it, man, as where the music is today, when it comes to streaming and all that stuff, and the change in the game, you know what I'm saying? So you
Absolutely.
being an artist, man, like it's important because, we get a lot of young artists, man, that's sort of just starting off in their teens, man, and I believe this is going to help them.
Yeah, man. It's I mean, at the end of the day, it's all based on what your influence is and what your background. For me, it's like I just my background and what I view as being real music is like of course the introduction to hip hop being that late '80s and that '90s era to where hip hop really just like kicked down the door like, hey, look, this here. Like I said, my favorite rapper is Hov, so that can kind of give you a background of what I expect and what I kind of view as being like a real rapper, and the type of R&B as far as like I don't know, man. I could name a plethora of R&B artists and great vocalists who I view as great vocalists that are like real singers. Compared to what we have today. It's a lot of music today. Even holding my own responsible that couldn't hold a hold a flame to a candle. Back then in the night, you talking about what to compare it to what was dropping back then. Even the talent level is what we see today is it's watered down to a certain extent, man. So I feel like just the where we at in music today is it's a beautiful thing because hip hop in itself is taking over, rap in itself, or just our culture in itself is taking over globally, and that's a beautiful thing to see. But I just want to get back, or just see us get back to a certain point of just respecting talent over popularity. You get me?
In your eyes, man, when do you see that that's going to change, man? Like, do you see a ways coming where it'll get back to lyricism and just the variety when it comes to music that drops?
Yeah, man. I feel like it's funny. It's all it's people. We're the listeners. We're the consumer. So it's like if we as a culture are like, okay, we kind of tired of just letting this be like a commercialized whatever thing. I feel like if we kind of take it back to we pick and choose who we actually allow to be in the game and who we big up to be the artists that we want to represent our culture, it'll change. You get me? I feel like the big three, of course, being Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, they've done a great job is, having a certain level. Like, people aim to be where they are, but, the people that are kind of attainable, people that you can kind of reach out to that might be able to hit you back here and there, like, or the people you might rub elbows with here and there that we allow to be our platform artists, we kind of got to change that as a culture and as a listener, as a consumer, we start putting that or taking the people that sound like this and putting them over the people that sound like that, we might get a whole different product, so yeah.
Name some of your accomplishments so far in your career and what each accomplishment has meant to you.
I'll say like accomplishments in itself. I said a lot of personal goals. For me, man, it's being able to just get as many people to take to it and to take me as serious as I take myself. So, as far as my first performance, that was an experience in itself. And, being able to look, a consumer or a viewer or a listener in the eye while I'm performing my music and being able to get that experience, or, getting my first 1,000 streams or first 10,000 streams, or, first 1,000 views and 10,000 views on YouTube, like moments like that where I'm just like, okay, people are, really taking to this and really respecting what I'm doing is always a great feeling. Because as an artist in general, my bro was telling me this earlier. It's like, as an artist, you're never wrong because it's your art, but it just always feels amazing when people are supporting your art. So that's always a beautiful feeling for sure.
Well, bro, man, can I tell you, man, this was like super special, man. Be able to spend this little short time with you, man. Like delve into your movement, man, and everything, man. Definitely continue success, man, on all that you do, man. Looking forward to definitely tapping in with more music from you, man, and everything. So if you could just recap where people can check out previous work, when it comes to videos, if you got any videos out, get them the info on that too.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, my name is Tajh Amir, all the way from Inglewood, California. My music is streaming everywhere now: Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, SoundCloud, whatever you use, whatever you need, and your vice is to get in your zone. Tajh Amir is streaming. So make sure you check that out. You know, shout out to, you know, my brother Kobe. We've been working hand in hand since kids, but you know, he's a videographer that's been doing this thing heavy out here in the city. So shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Vince. You know, he's always holding it down, doing his thing. Shout out to my brother Shako. He's another great rap artist out here in LA, you know, from the IE, but representing for the whole culture in itself. So shout out to him as well. And yeah, man, you know, let's continue to push the culture. Absolutely.
Social media wise, man, how can they stay in tap with you?
Y'all can follow me on anywhere, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, at Tajh Amir. That's spelled TAJHAMIR. At Tajh Amir on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever you use, man. Follow me. Stay up to date.
Well, brother, man, once again, man, keep soaring high, man, with that dope music that you make, man. And, man, like, definitely, man, you know, continued success, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me, man. Shout out to everybody in Chicago. Stream Eastside now. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.